to what? To make sure that we don't over or underpay. We don't overpay lah, right? The objective is to make sure that we don't overpay the person. Does that make sense? Our payroll, and then we are paying the person if they are doing the work. We don't simply pay the person just because the person is inside your company. You understand? The objective of a payroll cycle is we want to make sure that the person being paid at the right amount. Simple as that, right? We don't want to simply pay to someone when that person is not working or the person have not been in the company, so you are not going to pay based on that time. All right. So payroll is to ensure there's no the recruitment plus also the no under or no over, right? No overpayment of payroll. Okay. All right. Let me just go quickly through the process over here. What you're going to see in the hire to retire process. First of all, of course, you will start with the recruitment. Recruitment, right? Is it correct? My recruitment. This is when you type too much, then your brain cannot work already. Autocorrect, right? Helps you make you become lazy. So I think their argument is correct, in a way that the AI, right, will make you become more lazier. It's the same because after you have this auto correction, right, my brain cannot think which spelling correct already. It is from my own experience. You got recruitment, then what happened? You recruit that person, then you need to have the payroll calculation, right? The attendance / payroll calculation. Then what do you have? What do you have the next stage over here? After you recruit, you time that person in the whatever way you time that person, right, based on their services. Then you do the there are several stages, right? I cannot remember. Have you all looked into the study kit? Have you all gone through the study kit? Was it your friend trying to say something over there? Yes. Payment, right? So you pay, later come and take one coupon from here. Payment of the payroll, right? See, my brain cannot work already. Then finally, we have the compliance report, right? The report over here. Compliance report. The difference over here is very simple. In Malaysia, if you have payment, you must have also the EPF and SOCSO. Right. This one you need to go back to your tax. Remember your tax. Then you might have the PCB over here. Right? So over here there might be a deduction calculation. Deduction calculation refer to here, right? And okay, let us go through the people over here, right? First is the employee, all right? The employee apply for the, not employee, any other people, right? They apply and then they become the employee, right? Then this employee will record their time. Over here there will be a time card or something to calculate the attendance. This will be a document, all right, to keep track of his or her time in the company. Nowadays, biometric, all right, you will scan your thumbprint, or they will just look at your iris, just to record your time from your working time in the company. So it can be in advance. These are all the employees, the one that input the data inside to the system. Then you're going to have the if there is some overtime or if there is some MC medications or benefits, you're going to have the supervisor to evaluate those changes, right? Those benefits, those those addition to the basic salary. Then the payment over here will be handled by the human resource team. Over here also human resource team plus the employee, right, the human resource team. So what they will do is they will issue out the payment to the employee, and then they will also do go like this, alright? It goes like this, compliance report, and send to the regulator. These people over here over here will be paycheck. Over here you will have the attendance time card, blah blah. Then there's this compliance report itself as a document being generated. These are all really important things that you need to put in mind of at the same time when you look at the process. All right, you look at the process. It's like sequence, right? And then who are the people that is in that position, and then what document is being passed through this time over here. Okay, now let us go and talk about this one, alright? What about the control, alright? The control or the potential major issue that will jeopardize this process over here. So one of the concerns in this payroll process is very simple. You don't want to pay to someone that doesn't work, right? That's number one. But the most common one is the ghost employee, right? You don't want to pay to the ghost, not employee, ghost employee. It means right, it doesn't exist, all right? There might be someone just simply create this person and then pull one bank account number, put inside, and then at the end of the month, nowadays all automatic, right? Just a tick, then transfer all the money to the person. Then if the person create a ghost employee, a fake employee, then the money will go into the person's pocket, right? You want to prevent this from happening, all right? And how do you prevent it from happening? You need to ensure that there is a control or authorized authority when you develop or when you create a new employee in your system, payroll system. Sounds very general logic, right? I mean, it sounds very like common sense, the answer. And finally over here, we have the final cycle, which is record to report, all right, or I call it the finance cycle. Okay, this one wrap up the whole thing. Finance cycle over here, the objective is to make sure that the financial transactions has all been correctly recorded. All the information has been inputted inside accordingly. You have to make sure that all the transaction is not left out. There's no left out of transactions, and the recording in the business, all the adjustment entry is being correctly adjusted. Alright, so without further ado, first over here, you'll start with recording. Then you might be questioning me, right? In certain company, you don't do the recording anymore. They just oversee, alright? Oversight of the transactions. This is the finance oversight of the transactions over here. This one, this is a tricky bit of it, you know. Versus nowadays versus the olden days. Nowadays, you can see from this cycle over here, starting from this. See, this is the finance department, right? Starting from this side towards the down, and certainly in this one we don't really touch much because it's on the cost accounting. But the payment, this part over here, you see the transaction being input into the expenses, right? Expenses and accrued, if it's accrued accordingly to the EPF, to the tax. This part falls up to the first stage over here. It depends on the company itself. Some company will have different area over here, and they already settled up all the transactions already being recorded into the system. The system already capture the sales, the purchase, the expenses accordingly. But certain company, they might just throw all the transactions to one department where they call the finance department. Finance department will then only input into the accounting system. They will have like a separate system dealing with the other process. So over here, it will be either recording or just oversight that all the transaction has been entered from different department. Okay. Then you have the second stage, which is the adjustment. Adjustment over here contain all the non-cash adjustment, not cash, all the other adjustments, right? You got the depreciation, you got finance, interest. What kind of adjustments some more you have? What kind of adjustments some more? Don't know. Okay lah, you go and find yourself lah. You go and find out yourself, alright? There are a lot of adjustments, alright? There are a lot of adjustments that you can think of when you study accounting that is not inside here, that is not over here, right? There are a lot of adjustments you can think of. Then what do you have after that? Adjustments, you got your bank reconciliation. Alright, next week we'll do the bank reconciliation for your for your lab session. Then you will have your financial statement generated, and you will submit to the auditor, and you might want to have the monitoring over here, monitoring, or the improvement, monitoring of this process. And all of this, usually the person that will do over here is the AP, AR. There will be a finance. Over here might be finance department. All right. Over here already start with finance department, right? Finance department will have the AP and AR inside. Then over here must be the finance person. All right. Finance person to do all of these things over here. And of course, auditor is the auditor itself, lah. All right, auditor report, lah. All right. So you got the auditor and monitoring. I put in there just for you to consider. All right. That's it. I think that's it. Pretty much it about the process. Let me see. Oh yeah, the control. For this finance cycle, the control is you want to make sure that all the adjustment is entered accordingly. All right. And yeah, that's it.